listen, one stove, watch the coke lock up like San
All right, so here we have Joe Banga from 1990 something. Welcome to Himmy Entertainment.
And thank y'all for having me.
So tell me, what's 1990 something?
1990 something. It started off as a tape though, as a mixtape. I'm an artist. I go by the name of Joe Banga. The music came first, and I just wanted something to go along with like a body of work, like a mixtape. So we started doing the shirts, but we also needed a name for the project. You know, this was around the time when mumble rap and all that. There wasn't no substance in music or none of that. So, you know, I wanted to bring it back to the 90s with the bar work, the substance, and we came up with 1990, and then my boy DJ Get It Right helped me come up with the something, and we just ran with it.
Awesome. So how long have you been making music?
Been making music like the right way, like really recording, probably like 12, since 12.
How has it been? Has it been challenging? Has it been easy? How has your journey been?
Oh, definitely challenges. The journey's been crazy. I see a lot of growth. Um, I come from a different era, so we didn't have a lot of the new stuff right now, like the social media. Like we really had to be outside with teams and flyers and posters and really put that leg work in and that footwork in. We didn't have all this social media and this click of a button stuff, so it was definitely a little harder for us.
So you did a lot of guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, definitely did a lot of marketing. Definitely had a street team with flyers, CDs. Like this was when we was passing out CDs, making the covers, buying the duplicators, and just signing up shopping and going crazy.
Who was your main supporter throughout your journey?
My main supporter, I would have to say my mother.
Okay.
My mother's been my main supporter throughout my journey.
Awesome, awesome. So, you started making music first, and then how long into your music were you when you started um, your clothing line or making the shirts?
Yeah, that happened like, so I've been rapping since probably like I was 12, and then the whole clothing line happened 2015. And that's because I just wanted a piece of merch to go along with my mixtape. I just wanted to do something different, and I wanted like a shirt to come out with my CD. So that's when the whole 1990 something name came through for the mixtape. We did a shirt. Shout out to Tyshawn Taylor. He was one of my first. He actually made my first logo for the 1990 something, the original logo, and we ran with it. Started selling it out the trunk on some masterpiece shit, and the shit went crazy. The light bulb rang, and we just kept going.
Looking at, how things used to be like back in the day to where you are right now, how you say you have done so far.
I believe I've done great. I definitely overachieved. I definitely overcame a lot of obstacles. Um, yeah, the growth is crazy. I definitely evolved. There's definitely some growth in there. So I'm definitely doing good.
What was one of your biggest challenges?
Biggest challenges was reinventing myself to get people to kind of see where I'm coming from as far as for like the music. I had to sit down here and put the music to the back burner because the clothes was working more than the music was. So I had to like reinvent myself and become a designer. You know what I mean? So the designer now the music goes hand in hand with the fashion, feel me? So once I knew that the fashion was just working, I put my attention to that, put the music, what I love, on the back burner. And then when this started floating by itself and started moving on its own and catching its own traction, I went back to the music.
Okay. Do you design your own clothing?
Yeah. I
Yes.
got an in-house designer. I got like three in-house designers, but as far as everything else I do comes off the top of my brain, and I give them the ideas, and then we just rock off that.
Great. I know you have also lately have been doing events that have been extremely successful. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, shout out to Unknown Clothing. So basically we basically just came up with an idea to give back to CT, give back to the state, like just do an event where artists get to perform for free in front of known artists or celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an artist myself, so I know what it's like to pay 12, 1300 for a slot to perform, and you don't even get to meet the artist. The artist is just perform. You headline, you do your opening act, the headliner will perform, and then the headliner leaves out the back and they sprint a van and dip off. Rather than what I'm trying to do is bring the artists to see, bring celebrities or whatever artists or whatever I'm saying, bring them to that event, showcase our artists in CT, and like have them exchange numbers. Like instead of dealing with Instagram, instead of dealing with a third party, instead of dealing with a manager, now you dealing directly with the artist. You get to speak with the artist instead of dealing through a third party. So I feel like that's more. I'm saying if you really want to get the work done, I feel like that's more of a direct path rather than you getting spun around.
And giving them the ability of networking.
Yeah, and it's a whole bunch. You never know who's gonna pop up at them events. We had the sales rep from Hot 97 pull up. You never know who's gonna pull up at any of these events. It's a networking event overall. Whether you got merch, whether you're an artist yourself, you can pull up and just present your product or present your work and see where it goes from you. I mean, it's free.
Do you feel that? Do you feel if like Connecticut artists are rightfully supported?
Nah, I feel like we're not rightfully supported. I mean, we supported to a certain extent, but not all the way. I feel like we got a lot of dope things here, but not all the way, man. I feel like we're overshadowed by like New York and New Jersey and the cousins and all that, and Boston and whatever they want to say. I'm saying, but I feel like New York people. I mean, I feel like Connecticut people just come over here, get the bag, and dip off. I'm saying like we got to be strict with who we allow here now as well. Like that's how I feel.
What do you think that can be done to change that?
More unity. I feel like Connecticut has a lot of dope artists, has a lot of dope shit going on, and I feel like we just all need to really get together. I feel like CT artists have egos. There's too much egos. There's too much pride. He wants to be on the top. He wants to be on the top. He's better than I don't care about none of that. Let's just work and show them what we about. People care more about their pride, care more about this, and we're not even really lit yet. We're not doing what are we doing? We're not doing nothing. So it's like we just need more unity. And I feel like it'll happen in the future if we keep pushing it, but right now I don't feel like we got that. I mean, like we got all the talent in the world though. We got a lot of dope things in Connecticut as far as just beyond music. People that make rugs, throw events, promoters, singers, everything, bro. Connecticut's a dope place. A lot of hidden gems here, for a fact. Yeah.
Do you think that things will change more if everybody else collaborates? How do you think you can get everybody together in that mindset?
I mean, I'm trying. I mean, me and shout out to M Dot from Unknown Clothing. We trying with these events that we're doing and stuff, trying to bring all the like top elite artists and stuff. And I mean, like it takes more than just me to, or more than just me and just M Dot. You know what I'm saying? People see the vision. People, we've put the proof to the pudding. You know what I'm saying? We already did 4 events that were successful. So it's like we just need more people to come together and let's do it for a bigger cause. I think people just be so self-centered and so worried about themselves, and that people be selfish out here. People don't want nobody else to shine but them. But I mean, it is what it is.
There's power in unity, though.
All the time.
Do you have anything planned right now for this new year?
There's a lot of things playing. I got a lot of dope music coming out. I got a lot of dope tunes coming out. Got a couple of special features. We're definitely working on another event. We just gotta figure out who's the right person to bring out, and it's everything is like a puzzle. But I'm not trying to force the puzzle pieces. You get what I'm saying? Like everything has to happen organically, and we just gotta make sure that it's for one cause and one cause only, and that's to bring out CT, like bring out CT's finest. You know what I mean? And shout out to all the artists out here working. And shout out to all the artists that haven't been a part of the shows yet. We're trying to reach out to all the artists, but we're also trying to bring the elites up first, so it's a better representation of the state. So
It's so cool. I think that you're doing a lot of amazing things out here. What inspired you to do all this amazing work that you've been doing so far?
what inspires me is actually my state, my people in my state. I'm a fan of a lot of artists out here. Like I ain't afraid to say it. I listen to CT music, Hartford music, New Haven music, Bridgeport music, anything CT, I'm all for it. So what really inspires me is seeing people like out here really like doing it, but it also like kind of like it's a negative point to that too, because it's like sometimes you might see the potential in people that they don't see in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of get aggravating at times, but you don't want to push nobody. I can't want something more for, I can't want something for somebody if they don't want it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a lot of potential here. So this, I'm definitely inspired by my state alone.
Do you think that a lot of artists are just discouraged because of the lack of support that they receive from, the entertainment industry overall here in Connecticut?
It can be discouraging, but mind you, we're just talking about Connecticut. So it's like, and then mind you, we got a lot of technology now as far as the internet, social media. So it's not hard to reach other places. You have to step out of Connecticut in order to see what's, you know what I'm saying, what's out there and what's real too. You got people that I got people in different states that love my music, love the clothes, and show me more support than my own people in Connecticut. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like any artist that's from Connecticut, I feel like they should try to get out of Connecticut. Not in the sense move, but travel.
Do you think that, artists tend to receive more love and more support outside of Connecticut?
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of them. Anytime I go to like Miami, Atlanta, any of these places, man, they show me mad love, like off rip, and it's crazy the hospitality I get. And then LA, like even when I come back over here, it's like, damn, like why y'all can't be like that? And I'm from here, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely more love out of state.
Do you think that in order to be able to promote your music, be able to travel and perform in other states, and be able to push your career, do you think it takes a lot of money?
Yes and no, because you definitely do gotta pay to play. You get what I'm saying? But then once you pay to play and you start building them rapports, it's all about your networking and how you treat people. Like people don't do good business all the time. Like you gotta, and it's a lot of weird people out here. It's a lot of weird shit going on, especially in the industry, especially when you start getting into the industry. So, but I mean, it can be pricey. I would say don't be cheap. Don't take shortcuts. And if you can't afford it at the moment, save up and really analyze what you want to do or decide if this is the field for you because it does take money. You're gonna have to pay to play, and so this is just, yeah. That's in any field. In any field is going to pay to play. But at the end of the day, it's about building them relationships because you could just pay once and build a relationship off that, and then that could bring who knows.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mad opportunities.
We call it investing in your craft.
Always, always. So I don't see it as being. I don't see it as just spending money just to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
I see it as investing in yourself too, and that's what a lot of people gotta take heed to, really investing in themselves. Like people will take heed to, buying the outfit at the end of the week, making sure they ain't that VIP looking fly, making sure they take out their chain and do all this and do all that and save up for this and save up for that. But you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like a be low on their dreams, like kind of like put their dreams to the back burner and not put money towards that. So
How do you pick the artists that you work with right now?
that I work with. I'm actually before any artist that I definitely want to feature from or whatever, I've been a fan of,
Okay.
or that I like their music in a sense, or I did my research on them and I listened to their catalogs and I was like, they dope, and I think it'd be a vibe if we both get on the record. So I definitely do my research. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
What about the ones that you showcase in your events?
Them as well. I also do my research. So them, half of the ones that I've been in my events, I've done records with,
Okay.
and I know their potential inside of the studio as well as their performance. So we also want to try to like, this is a representation of Connecticut as well. People got to think about that. So it's like we also can't just put anybody up there. Certain people still got to grow and evolve. And then I mean, like certain people, I'm not trying to discourage any artists from they can't perform at any of my events. But at the end of the day, you have to have some type of legwork. We're not just gonna hand you a slot
Hmm.
just because you rap. That ain't how it works on that.
So if somebody would like to perform at one of your events, what do you mean by legwork? What are you expecting from artists to do or
Um,
to prove?
they need to be heard on the outside. Like I got to see you on my timeline when I'm scrolling all the time. Your consistency, your music is just you have to be consistent. You have to show your work. You can't just have one record once a month and expect me to pick you to, you know what I'm saying, like to perform. Like I haven't seen you perform. I haven't seen no videos of you performing. I haven't seen none of your fan base or none of your supporters tagging you in videos. Or it has to be a lot of that going on. Like you really have to be making noise in the city for to get picked for that. If not, just keep working. I was at that point where I was doing all the legwork, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't on shows, I wasn't opening up for nobody, and I was just, you know what I'm saying, like just really just putting in legwork, and that's gonna build your resume so that when people look back, like, oh, he has been working. My bad. Come on, you wanna perform or, you know what I'm saying? But it has to be quality work too. We can't sit down here and promote, excuse my French, on bullshit. We're representing Connecticut. If we're gonna represent Connecticut, we're gonna represent it well. If you whack, you whack, or if your music ain't it at the moment, it ain't it at the moment. If your sound ain't sounding quality, or if we want to be looked at by the masses, we have to look like the masses. You know what I'm saying? We got to sound like them. We got to not be like them in a sense, but we got to look like them, and we got to, you know what I'm saying? So they can take us seriously.
No, I get it. I actually had a conversation with somebody about one of your events, and I told them, I was like, for me, I think it was a success, number one. And number two, I believe it was successful just because of the artists that you showcase. Like, I think it just truly represented the state.
Yeah, because I just try to look for the real elites, the real bar spitters, and it's not even just about bar work. It's about your presence, your music. Like I got to be a fan of your work for you to be on that stage. Like,
Is there an artist right now from Connecticut that you really like that haven't gotten a chance to work with?
as far as Connecticut right now, not really. I probably worked with a couple artists already. On a that'll take me out of my element as far as because I come from old school, so I like bar work, not 90s hip hop generally. That's not what I'm saying, but I like bar work and like substance music. So maybe if I want to change genres and maybe just switch over to more of a different style of music, maybe Dusty Stay True, um, Ty Henny, um, that's pretty much about it that I ain't really work with that I would like to probably touch bases with.
Hmm.
Yeah.
When do you think you, as an artist, right? When do you think things just switch for you? Because I know at the beginning everything is rough. You're doing a lot of footwork, trying to put, your music out there. When do you think that, for example, people start recognizing who Joe Banga was?
I mean, it's hard to say because I had a different lot of. I had a lot of different chapters in my life, as far as with the music and everything. But I would really say like '08 really started kicking off.
Mm-hmm.
I was with a group called Unified Blocks before. So we had the town in the loop. We had the town in a frenzy. So we was definitely outside. We definitely made noise. We definitely made a lot of traction throughout the city and the state. And I feel like that's when they got to know of Joe Banga. They're like, yo, nah, he one of them ones. And then another chapter would be like when I opened up that door to do the clothing in 2015, because they always knew I could rap. I've been rapping my whole life since I was a
Mm-hmm.
kid. I was always introduced into the studio life, all that. So, but then 2015, when I started selling them shirts and I found that niche with that, they started really hitting me up for the shirts, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, like this is working, like. And I didn't even think I'd be selling clothes or doing none of that. I just, I always like to get fly. I always like to, put
Mm-hmm.
that shit on. So once I just put the clothes with the music, I'm like, man, this it's a no brainer.
Has it been difficult managing all these different hats, like you as an artist, you as an event organizer, you as,
Hell yeah. It creates a lot of anxiety. It creates a lot of depression. It creates a lot on the mental.
Mhm.
So I'm big on like mental health awareness and all that. You know what I mean? Like you really got to take care of your mental, because you can have everything in the world, but if your mental ain't right, you ain't right.
What do you do for self care?
Self-care. I'm big on like juicing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm big on juicing for self-care. I gotta get into the gym, don't get on my cardio exercise type shit just to get the heart running. But I'm big on juicing and sea moss, elderberry, like a lot of vitamins and a lot of different laying off of different certain foods. You know, we getting older anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting older, so you know what I'm saying? I can't hang with the young crowd no more.
Is there like any type of activity or anything that you do when you feel overwhelmed, just to make sure that you stay your mental stay straight and you're like clear
Music.
minded? Music.
Yeah, so music is definitely a stress reliever. So it's just things change when the clothes happen. When the
Mm-hmm.
clothes happen and that started getting the revenue or the money or whatever the case may be, I had to go do that and make this work in order for that to work. So
Do you have a team?
right now the team is forming. Thank God I got a couple of good sturdy people by my side. So go probably a good 4 to 5 people. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part I do things on my by myself, by my lonely. As far as all the designs and the creativity, that's just me, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with the manufacturers, everything. Like they there when the product comes. I'm there from the beginning, from the write off. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's just a different feel.
No, definitely two, three people. It doesn't matter. I think it's about quality, not quantity, though.
Yeah, it's definitely about the quality for me as far as for the clothes, but it's a lot for one person, man.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody in this field or in this journey can tell you that. And I salute anybody that's doing the same thing I'm doing because I know what they're going through.
Has it been any time in your journey, whether it's with clothing, with as an artist, just being in the entertainment industry, that was like so challenging that made you second guess?
All the time. Sometimes I want to pull out my hair, quit this shit, man. Fuck this clothing shit. Fuck all this shit. Like people think I'm rich. People think I'm this. I'm not where I want to be. I barely scratch the surface of what I want to be. I'm just trying to show people it's possible. But I had a bunch of mental breakdowns and like I'm human.
Mm-hmm.
Depression, anxiety, all that shit kick in. You like, man, fuck all this shit. I don't care. Just
Who brings you back on track, though?
my son.
Your son?
Hell yeah, I gotta make sure I got a little boy to provide for, so I gotta make sure he's straight before anyone. So it's like I look at him and I'm like, yeah, I gotta go get the bag. He expensive anyway, so I gotta go get the I gotta go get
All kids are.
yeah, I gotta go get the bag. So it's like when I look at home and yeah, like but he likes it too. It's crazy because my son loves what I do too. So it's like he's a fan of my music. And he let me know who nice too. Like another thing too with music is like if kids attract to it and adapt to it, you know it's it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he hit me up with a couple of different artists, even from Connecticut. I love my son, bro, because my son is a very blunt person.
How old is he?
9,
9. Okay.
very smart. So but he loves. He definitely came out like his daddy because he definitely loves music, and he tapped into CT artists, and he told me, "Yo, Dad, I like him. Dad, he's okay." And he really like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like it's cool to have another brain, a younger brain. You know what I'm saying, like just like okay. But he definitely keep me on my toes.
I think it is good to have a, you know, perspective from younger individuals. I noticed that during our program.
It is, but it's even better when they like what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I could have a kid and he don't like what I do. You get what I'm saying? But he loves music. He loves hip hop. He loves getting dressed. He loves looking fly. So it's like he's like, Daddy, can you get that in my size? Even before I even create the clothes, and I got him already by the Sunday to the man. Yo, Daddy, can you get that in my size? I'm like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, bet I got you. You know what I'm saying? We coming out with the kids clothes too. I just want to make sure the sizing is correct.
Okay.
But yeah, that kid is a trip, bro. My son is a trip.
When he comes into the music, is he interested in anything in particular?
I try to steer him away from that. I don't want him to really get into the music. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want him to go through what I went through or whatever. I want him to actually be great or be better. I mean, but if he definitely dips off into the music,
Mm-hmm.
he got me. He got Uncle Poe. I got a bunch of uncles that we. He got uncles in Harlem. Shout out to Stills. He got a bunch of uncles that rap that do this for real for real. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like he's well. He gonna be taken care of with the music. So we definitely gonna school him.
Where do you see Joe Banga 1990 something going?
Where we
What's
going?
the big vision?
The big vision is to give my people work, like give my friends a job. Like tell my friend, yo, you could quit your job, come do this over here, come work for 1990 something, and really put on for my state, and give even not even my friends, just anybody from the state, give them a job. You know what I'm saying? Like give, and then not even just give jobs, just give opportunities. It's not all about money. It's about giving opportunities to people. If you don't know what to do with the opportunity, that's on you. But I'm trying to give you opportunities. Same thing when I do with the shows. Yo, Millie's is a size large. His managers is a size medium. Blase, I'm letting y'all know. I don't want it to be all about 1990 something, all about Joe Banga. I don't even perform at my own shows. Let alone I barely have my music played at my own shows. That shows a lot. You know what I'm saying? I just want to give back to my city and my state and the artists that are coming up, because I know what it's like to be an artist, a struggling artist, and not knowing where to turn to or not knowing what to do or whatever the case may be. Like, so I just want to give back to definitely give back to my state.
Now that you have been making some noise, you have been starting to taste success overall. Have you found people that had just moved funny towards you?
It's a lot of weird activity going on. You know what I'm saying? You lose friends, you lose, but that's part of the game, man. Now I really understand where when they say it get lonely at the top, because you have to be disciplined. Mind you have to have a lot of discipline, money management, all that comes into play in this. But you also have to realize that certain people ain't for you no more, or you gotta categorize people. Like if I want to sit down here and I want to get drunk, I got my get drunk, go out to the club niggas. If I want to sit down here and I want to get creative and get in the booth, I got the people I want to get in the studio with. Like you gotta categorize your friends according to your lifestyle, according to how you want to plan that shit out. You can't just, I don't move like that no more. So, but a lot of people have been acting weird. It don't matter though. I
Have
wish
you
them the best.
have you found people that you feel like they look for you just because they want a bite
All
of the cake?
all the time. All the time, man. But you also gotta make sure you use people to your advantage as well. Even though I don't try to take advantage of nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing I was told by a good friend of mine was like, use me, but just don't abuse me. You know what I'm saying? And that shit always stuck with me, and that shit till the day I die, that shit always gonna stick for me. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's here to be used. Just don't abuse me. But it's a lot of people that just look for me now because they think they see what I got now, or they think I'm rich, or they think I'm this, or they think I'm, you know what I'm saying? I haven't even scratched the surface. No, I'm not rich. I'm still not comfortable. I'm still just, you know what I'm saying? I'm still fighting a fight. You know what I'm saying? It's just discipline and prioritizing what I really want to do.
Normally, how you handle them?
Excuse me. How do I handle them? Sometimes I dub them. Just simple as that. Just, you know what I'm saying? You're not ready for this. You're not ready to step into this world. And I know that for a fact because I know them as a person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, or if they are, I'll test them and I'll, you know what I'm saying, make sure that they just not here for when I pop the bottles. They got to be here for when I'm struggling and when I'm rolling up my sleeves to the work. So
Have you found people that you kind of like invested like your time and maybe like give them some education about what step to follow because they're not there yet, but they have a lot of potential and you
all
want
the
to support
time,
them?
all the time, all the time, I stay giving on my people's game that I feel like got the most potential. It's like, but once again, it goes to me saying this is like they got to believe in themselves. I'm not about to drag you. I'm not about to put a leash on you and drag you. Nah, hell no. I'm already busting my ass to do for me. I'm not about to do for you as well when you're a grown ass human being. Like, nah, we're not doing that. But definitely though.
Is there any other part of the industry you have not tapped in that you would like to develop?
It's mad different parts of the industry. As far as it depends. As far as for fashion or as far as for music, I mean, for fashion. It's the choices is everything from uh, let's just say designer aspects. You know what I'm saying? Like furniture. Like it's just mad different shit that I want to get into. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's definitely some untapped worlds that I didn't tap into yet that I would like to tap into, and different genres of music as far as for the music that I would like to tap into. I feel like as an artist, you shouldn't box yourself into a certain sound. I mean, you could have your sound, but be able to adapt to any other genre or any other sound that's going on.
Do you, because I feel like sound also changes, like what people normally are more attracted to changes throughout time.
Yeah, I mean that's what it goes back to revamping yourself. A lot of people can't revamp themselves to a certain sound. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, luckily I'm one of them artists that I could jump. I got a couple of artists with I got a couple of records with younger artists that are with the newer sound. So luckily I'm able to somewhat revamp and, you know what I'm saying, reinvent myself to work with the times. A lot of people aren't able to adapt, and that's where the smoke gonna clear everybody out.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes into like your clothing, where can people find it?
Um, People could definitely find it. I'll be tapped in with the hood. I'll be in the streets, so you could definitely tap in. If you're in Hartford, Connecticut, you could definitely tap in with my brother Authentic Closet. If you're in New Britain, you could definitely tap in with Unknown Clothing. Shout out to M. Dot. You could definitely tap in online. I got a website, 1990something.com without the G. You could tap into the IG, directly hit me up. I'm not a bougie nigga. I'm gonna respond to the messages. It might take me a little longer because I got a lot of DMs, but shit, I'm gonna reply. Just hold on and be patient with me, but I got you. Um, Facebook as well. It's a bunch of different avenues I'm not hard to be. I'm saying found or hard to find at.
I have a question. When it comes to like DMs and stuff like that, do you get a lot of like weird businesses reaching out to you?
Somewhat, I got a lot of like manufacturers now try to reach out to me, but it's like I'm so locked in with my manufacturer that I don't even worry about. I'll be kicking them to the curb, like not like that. No offense, but it's like I don't really. I took 6 7 years to get the sizing right, to get the materials right, to get everything right, and I'm still working on it. So it's like to start from ground zero to where I'm at now, it doesn't make sense for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely get a lot of weird DMs from a lot of promoters, businesses, janky,
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of shit.
Do you like browse through them and check them out
Nah,
or?
definitely. You know what I'm saying? I'm human, so I don't got nobody working my pages yet. So it's like I'm definitely tapping in, seeing if they legit, they ain't scamming me. I'm definitely seeing if I could work. I'm willing to work with anybody. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? You just got to be willing to hold your own weight and then move.
Okay. Um, where do you get more business, in your Facebook or your Instagram?
Definitely IG. I'm definitely an IG hat. So my IG is like where I get my most interactions, and it's definitely a bigger platform for me. I'm moving definitely to the Facebook too. Facebook was my first platform, but that was more when I was focused straight on my artistry, like straight on music. I was going crazy on Facebook. But then it's like Instagram came, kind of took over in a sense. So you just got to be able. Once again, it goes back to just adapting to the times. A lot of people can't adapt and can't multitask on different joints. Some people just good on Facebook. Don't get me wrong, the brand does better on IG too, but I got to be. I'm saying multi. I'm saying I got to be on multi platforms.
Do you invest it in like promotion and marketing of your socials?
Of course, you have to. You cannot not invest in that. You know what I'm saying? I do the Instagram ads, I do the Facebook ads, I do ads outside of that promote what I
Mm.
got going on. You have to, bro. You have to pay to play, and you have to pay to play in order to promote your shit the right way.
Do you get business like outside of the country?
Oh, all the shout out to Core Mega. He actually got my first business outside of the country, and I was shipping off to like Australia, Japan, the UK.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I shipped a shitload of shit overseas now, so now I know how that goes. The different pricing it's different, but it's kind of like a goal of mine was achieved once I started shipping overseas, and you get that, you know what I'm saying, different type of love. Like, it's just different. Like, you know what I'm saying, you got to realize that America is bigger than America. It's bigger than CT. It's bigger than all that. And I figure like once you notice that it's bigger than CT, that it's bigger than the states, then you'll start moving it differently.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Shout out to Cormega on that because he definitely got my first international sales.
Awesome. So when it comes to music, if there's anybody out there that would like to collaborate or, are interested of showing you what they got going on, how can they get a hold of you?
They can go through any of my Instagram pages. You can go to J Banga 860, JBANGA 860. That's my personal one. You can personally hit me up on a DM there, or you can go directly to the 1990 sign one too, 1990 underscore something without the G. You can go there too. I'm not hard to reach, and I'm not one of them bougie dudes that's not about to not respond to your DM.
Mm-hmm.
If you talking some bullshit, I might leave you on scene though. And I've been known to leave people on scene when they just ain't talking what I want to hear, or if it ain't really registering the right way.
It's not
So
making sense.
yeah, if it ain't making sense, I'm saying like I'm all set.
If, you would have an audience of teenagers, well, that are interested in the industry, whether it is music, whether it's fashion, event organizing, what piece of advice would you give them?
To first and foremost, to don't care about what anyone thinks, don't care about what anyone says. If you have a vision, a lot of people don't have a vision. So when you got that vision, don't let nobody detour your vision or detour you from doing what you really want to do. Got that vision, don't let nobody detour your vision or detour you from doing what you really want to do. And if you're passionate about it, just go for it and remain consistent. Like that's what it's about, consistency, no matter what it is. Like I put this shit over everything sometimes, like, and that's called sacrifice. So I put this shit over everything sometimes. I put brand over the family sometimes, over everything. And sometimes I feel bad. I do. But I see the vision. I see the bigger picture. And they're gonna thank me later. You know what I'm saying? I just see I'm willing to take that risk. So I put everything, I put my bottom dollar on my brain. So it's like if you passionate, first of all, you got to be passionate about something. Don't do something because you see the next person doing it and because you see the next person making money out of it. Be passionate about it and make sure that this is what you want to do when you wake up and you got to eat, sleep, breathe this shit. It ain't just I want to wake up, drop a fit, wait 2 months, drop another fit, or it just doesn't work like that. You have to like really eat, sleep, breathe, wake up and do this shit every day when you don't want to do it.
Do you have a 9 to 5?
Nah, this is my 9 to 5. So I had a 9 to 5, but the 9 to 5 was my stepping stone for the dream, for the whole brand. So it's like I had that vision forever. So I've been stacking, I've been putting away, I've been had this shit in my head forever. That's what people don't get. People just think this shit just happened. No, this shit took years of just planning, strategizing. Like I went through a lot of shit, court cases in between shit. It's just a lot of shit, depression, anxiety, everything. I'm a human like everybody else, but once again, it's just about what you're passionate about, what you want to give your time to. So I always knew this shit was gonna come. I just ain't know when it was gonna come. That's the shit.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
And, everything that you say is very real. I think that,
cause I come from it's just being a human. Like I ain't rich, I ain't famous, I ain't one of these bougie niggas. It's just being transparent and being vulnerable and being real about the situation. That's one thing about people. People sit down here and be so caught up in the Instagram and the smoky mirrors and all this shit and the jewelry. And man, this shit took time, patience. But as long as you know where you going and you got that vision, you gonna go.
hmm
And you're the only person that can control how fast it's gonna happen or how delayed it's gonna happen with how much effort you put into it. As long as you putting all that effort into it, it's gonna go.
it's a lot of hard work.
It's what? Years, time. I'm trying to tell people it ain't. Even to this day, I still want to quit this shit sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, man, fuck that. I wake up sometimes like, man, fuck this clothing shit. Because it's becoming,
Overwhelming.
it was, but sometimes when you do something you love for so much or so long in a time frame, I'm human. So once you do it for so, it becomes, when it starts becoming a job for me, that's when I fall back and I'm like, whoa, it's like I'm working a nine. It's really like I'm working a 9 to 5 in a sense, even though I'm really not. But it becomes like once it starts becoming like a job, like it takes the fun out of shit. Like when I was first creating and whatever remind you, I still had a job comfort pillow. So I know what I'm getting at the end of the week, every week, even if this don't work. But now all I got is this, so I gotta make this work and I gotta force myself to create. So it's a different type of space.
Do you think that your business aspect of things, you did better not having that 9 to 5, not having nothing to, fall back on than actually having one?
I would say the 9 to 5 created a more comfort pillow, safety net, just so I know I got something to fall back on. But then me not having a 9 to 5 and me focusing on this and putting my effort into this, and it made me a real hustler. Like you don't know what it is to hustle until that's all you got. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, nah, if I don't make nothing right now, it's nothing. Like, yeah, it's just, it breeds, it creates a whole different type of beast, an animal. Like,
We
so
gotta eat.
yeah, but the hustle is more intense. Like, but like, not going back to the illegal side, but it go back to the trapping shit. It go back to like when you come from that trapping shit. I come from that trapping shit. I come from the hustlers. I was born around hustlers. You know what I'm saying? My mom ain't like what I did or whatever the case may be, but it is what it is at this point. But when you grow up in that atmosphere around the block and you grow up around hustlers and people that don't got shit and the have nots and people that really got it from the dirt, so it's like you take that mentality, and then when you have a good mentality already up here and you have your 9 to 5 and you know where you want to go, it's up. It's just on you. It's just, that's why I'm an impatient person. Like, I hate waiting on niggas. I hate waiting on anything to get done. Like, if I talk about an idea, I'm trying to get it done within 2 days, 3 days. I'm not waiting a week. Niggas want to wait a week. Like, we got a week. I don't even know if I, God forbid, knock on wood, I don't even know if I got two when I leave out this motherfucking building. That's what people take for granted, that we got time. We don't have time. We got to make the time work for us. And we got to make the time, we got to take advantage of this time. Like, I'm trying to be a legend when I leave. Like, when I leave, I need to be a legend. And
That's
that's,
real.
yeah, for real, because people don't think like that. People just want to be the average. I'm not average. We want to make this shit work. That's a fact.
You know what? I cannot wait to see what Joe Banga is bringing this year, though.
Nah, we bring in a bunch of drip, a bunch of sauce, a bunch of tunes, and we locked in with the real right people, the real, you know what I'm saying, the people that need to be hearing us now, we locked in now. So it's gonna be a great 2025. It started great. It's gonna end greater. And it's all for CT, you know what I'm saying? We trying to just put CT on the map and make sure, I mean, we got shit here too. You know
And we're gonna do this interview again 5 years from now.
Nah, facts.
It's gonna
At
be.
least a
It's
couple years.
gonna
Recap.
be.
We definitely need a recap.
It's gonna be definitely a different setting,
Because
though.
it's gonna be up.
Yes.
It's definitely gonna be up for both ends.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming for Himmy Entertainment, allowing me to interview you.
Nah, thank y'all for having me, man. Y'all good people, man. Anytime y'all need me, I'm here.
And just before we end the interview, please tell everybody watching once more your socials.
So the social media for the IG is J Banga 860, J Banga 860. For the Instagram for the brand is 1990 1990 underscore something, but without the G. Y'all could also tap in at 1990 something without the G.com. And that's about it, man.
Thank you. Thank you.